Today, again, it's a great day. It's the day of our independence, of this great country, and also the national day of our state. It is such a great thing to be independent. And the worst thing is the slavery. Today we celebrate our freedom from that slavery that we had for 300. But slavery does not go easily, only by celebrating our independence. It has to go completely from our mind. And one has to realize that we are really independent people now. We are independent does not mean that we are abandoned. Those who have not paid anything to achieve this independence cannot understand also the value of this. The slavery is in our mind, still legally. Indians are now more westernized and Anglicized than they were ever before. Before independence, as they had to struggle out of it, they protested. But when we became independent, we started thinking that we should also imbibe all the bad qualities from the West. So this is also a kind of a slavery which is very sad. Also the people who ruled us are still carrying on with the idea that still ruling us. It's all imaginary. Both things are imaginary, they don't exist anymore. As far as we are concerned in India, we have to know that this independence was granted to us through God. We are won it through non-violence and granted to us for us to achieve our spiritual ascent, to become spiritually enlightened and find out from our roots what truth has been made for us. Now, we have to judge within ourselves as SahajaYogis. How much slavery is still there in our minds? If somebody writes something, a SahajaYogi is not supposed to believe it. Because now he is bestowed with the blessings of his divinity, he has his vibratory awareness to judge everything and see for himself that whatever he is doing in an absolute. Unless and until the country achieves this absolute freedom, we have to say that it is still under the pressures of slavery. This time it may not be the slavery of other people, but it could be the slavery of your own your six enemies. We have to fight them. In SahajaYoga, the greatest enemy now we have to face is our own ego. Even when they get realization, even when they get vibration, even when they are realized, they do not understand that it is all God's grace that it has happened. The ego stands in between and tries to divide us. This is the worst thing for a person. Because now you have become a different person and you should develop a personality which can suck in more vibration. If you were not so exercised and if you had read about Devi Puja and all that, you would have recognized me much. But because of your education, you cannot recognize. So you have got realization, now better recognize. It is very difficult for people to take the truth. Because truth, people don't want to accept. And this ego business comes in between you and your truth. This ego separately comes and creates problems. What is the meaning of it? There is no need to think about it. Your ego is there, you can feel it on your hand, in your being. And after the puja, you feel very much. But a person who is an outsider will think this mother is very ego-oriented. She wants to ask people to do her puja. Because they cannot feel anything out of it. Only you who have realized, who are now settled down as SahajaYogis, other people can understand what is the meaning of puja is. But even among you, I know there are snakes in the grass. I know them, all of them. But they will remain snakes all their lives, and they will remain snakes even when they die. One has to realize that it is for your benefit I allow you to have the puja. It's not very comfortable for me. It's different if the devatas have to do the puja and devas, because very simple. They know me too well. Understanding is simple. For them it's a great pleasure to do puja. It's a great privilege to do puja. It's a great blessing that they can do puja. But to you, it is your great ego which goes on telling you stories. So some people who are still on that low level still continue with their low level ideas. You have to come up a little, receive the blessings. I have nothing to gain from it. You have to gain from it. Actually, for at least 3 years when I started my work, I didn't want even to talk about Havan. But if you want to talk about me to anybody, don't tell them what you have discussed. We have an inner circle and outer circle. And be careful about people who belong to the outer circle. Do not include them in the inner circle. They can never understand what puja means. Only those who have come up to that point should be allowed in the puja. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to exert for it. It's only I exert. But you have to receive. Some people will be like that, but you have to go forward into your meditation and understanding of this. In England, when I went there, I was very much worried about starting the puja. So when the people came down here, they saw that Indians were worshipping me and they started the puja. Still for people to understand that why my hands or feet should be washed with a particular type of a mixture is rather weak. But for other Western people it is absolutely impossible. Because they have not known anything about the Devi. They have not known a word about the Devi. This knowledge is only in the heart. I feel in Greece also. In Greece people have. So once you have discovered a new source of Shakti, you have to understand that this is the way it has to be done, this is the protocol, this is the method. It is discovered not by me but by kings and kings. It is the seers who are written down about me. I have not written down anything about myself. Like scientists have discovered about me what makes the goddess happy. What makes all the deities happy. They have discovered by using different methods, scientific research I should say, or spiritual scientific ways they have. And young SahajaYogi, new SahajaYogi, you have to accept their body. And you have to see what they have said works out or not. And if it works out, one has to know that it is only for your benefit and for the benefit of the whole humanity. I am sitting in fresh air for you to do my worship. I do not want to say anything which means playing something or boasting or something. Like when Christ said something, they crucify. You can't crucify, you can't. You can't, you know that. You can't, I know that. I don't want to say something that will make your ego come up like a snake and hold a hook on your head. This is the only consideration I have. That's why I don't want to say much. But the seers have said about me. Now we have seen the different symptoms and signs of the mind. So, to become purer and purer, first of all, allow all these negative thoughts to be away from your mind. Any such thought comes into your mind, you say, no, not this, not this, not. All these 6 enemies attached to thoughts, there is no other way. First it comes as a thought, then it can become a physical pain, it can become a mental agony, it can become everything. But if you are in your thoughtless awareness, then they cannot attack. So try to develop your thoughtless awareness in your meditation. So this is the first step toward your freedom, liberation. From these 6 enemies you must get out. These 6 enemies are still waiting at the door until it's 4. Even if there is a mine of gold here, and if you do not know the method how to extract the gold out of it, you will remain poor. First you must recognize, and then you must know the method how to extract. Thank God you are born at a time that most of the things are discovered about the body. I don't have to do it. It's very embarrassing. But those who have searched for you have already laid it down. It is better that you surrender your ego and take up their way how they do and how they have done it and what have they described. Their language is not so important. What is important is what they are trying to communicate. They have given something great to you. You have to give something great to your students, to your person. And what are you going to give? There were very few people who gave such great method and way. Now you have to give your progeny the witness. Witnessing of this great Mahayoga, the manifestation of this Mahayoga, that you have seen with your own eyes, with your own hands, with your whole body. This is what you have to give to others. This is the most precarious time and the precarious. In this year, we can achieve a lot if you really understand at this moment the importance of getting liberation, of moksha that you have to give moksha soon. By giving to others only your moksha will come. Those people who are still planning and trying to make a device or an intrigue and all that is really working out for themselves. They are going against them. And these things are very dangerous. As the mother has to say that anyone who tries to stay can affect 7 generations in a house. It's not only 1 generation is finished. In 7 generations it goes. So after coming to SahajaYoga, after getting the realization, you do not exist only as an angel which has fallen down, but you become responsible for 7 generations in it. So one has to be very, very careful, and that is why in the puja we do not allow people who, according to us, are not approved. Who are running the centers. All of us who are running the centers, one each should come from Havan.